Hey everyone, I'm Justin Thornton. Welcome to day five evaluations. I'm here with Kyle. He's going to go ahead and get us kick started here.
Thanks, Justin. My name's Kyle Farwell. I work with the IAFF Fit to Thrive program, as well as the WFI task force that's responsible for updating the Wellness Fitness Initiative, which of course goes into great detail about both medical and fitness evaluations. And just a quick note on the medical side. There's a point that really resonated with me from some of the supplementary resources that are embedded right in this day five material, is that a typical medical evaluation for a sanitary office worker, that's not going to cut it for a firefighter. Firefighters really need and deserve more from evaluations, and the FRCE, for instance, has provided some resources that are occupational specific. So, for instance, there's a healthcare provider's guide to firefighter medical evaluations. And there's a separate document that's devoted to some of the potential health consequences that female firefighters might face. So we encourage you to check out these resources. And if you have to access these, you simply download them, print them, bring them to your family physician. If you don't happen to have a family physician, use these resources as an excuse to go get one. I'm going to ask you, Justin, to comment on the fitness side here.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So, just to give you guys a little bit of my background, I've been a lieutenant for Brighton Fire going on 10 years now. And I also have a background with personal training for about 15, as well as kinesiology. And like to speak what you were saying with like the evaluations just from the health side in general, I think it's huge. Um, One big thing that I know about a lot of firefighters, like at least in my area, and a lot of ones that I've met, is sometimes we let our ego kind of like get in the way of taking advantage of some of those resources that we have, because we always think, hey, I'm okay. Um,
Hmm.
I don't need to see medical help because I know everything. And unfortunately, like we're all human, and we need to make sure that we're taking our health very seriously. To piggyback off of that, like on the fitness side of things, the things that I personally really have used in my career and to help other firefighters develop themselves to be better and more efficient at their job, is things like posture assessments. I think those are huge for trying to prevent any injuries and correcting anything before it actually becomes something. Another thing that I've used in my industry and my time with the department is going off of things like doing different VO2 assessments and also going for body fat percentages and other like metrics of assessing like that to not only see like where you might have started at in your career, but like where you're trying to get to in your career. Personally, like I have two kids. I just got off a 24 last night. Like I can tell you right now, I'm running on probably like maybe 20 minutes, 30 minutes of sleep that was consistent all last night. And if it wasn't for me keeping that other side in check,
Hmm.
I would not be able to be present here today with them. Um, so it's just huge. It's so important for us to make sure that we're maintaining our health and the safety, not only for like us on the job, but being able to be present and available at home, not just like today, but like longevity. I know that like one day I'm not going to be able to be a firefighter. I'm going to have to hang that up. And like, I hope that I'm going to be able to be there present for my family. And hopefully I'll have grandkids one day myself and I'll be able to still pick them up because I paid attention to those things like posture, my health screenings, and keeping all my other assessments under check. So I know you have a ton of experience with this. Can you like kind of piggyback off of like some of those that have worked for you in your career too?
Uh, no, thanks, Justin. I think one thing that's worked for me in my experience is, and seeing great return on investment on is paying attention to things like you said, posture. It's so important to understand that how you move matters. If, for instance, in an aerobic capacity evaluation, somebody can put up great VO2 numbers, and that's terrific. But if their knee's collapsing inward every stride they're taking, there's going to be implications for that down the road. And that's going to, in all likelihood, affect things like longevity of career, and into retirement, enjoying family, some of these things are discussing. So I appreciate that context, excuse me, of evaluating not just the outcomes, but evaluate the person doing them. What are the movements that are producing those outcomes? The other thing I think of on the fitness side, from an evaluation standpoint, is what are we doing to help firefighters on the back end of these evaluations? So if somebody's not cutting it or not making the mark in terms of aerobic capacity, what do we have in place to support them to help them bridge that gap? So I think just encouraging people to think a little beyond and encourage people to continue thinking beyond just checking a box for a medical or a fitness assessment and really evaluating the person doing them and the movements that are producing these outcomes and what we can do to help them.
Absolutely. I think that's a great segue for this day, and like why it's so crucial and important is like just like I said, the longevity, the screenings, and like everything that you touched on, like it's just massive for us. So just make sure that you guys are doing it correctly, understand the evaluations, use the resources, and like I hope that you get the most out of this day that you can, and definitely don't skip out on something so crucial.